South. So I think
There was something interesting to say about that.
Early, they weren't expected to have that 13-game win streak like they did last year.
This is the gift that God has given me to be able to help.
Thanks to the Democrats.
I'm not.
Am I correct?
you are correct.
Why blame? Why you're blaming?
I have a question for Carolyn. Carolyn, hold on. I have a question for you.
Yeah. No,
It's- was the greatest upset in the history of the National Football League. Think about it for a moment. You start 0-2.
Mhm.
You start 0-2. And then you somehow get on a run. I think you're 3-2, and there's a point you go to London. And it's looking like your season is in distress. The same thing with the 2011 Giants. They were 6-6. They go to Dallas, and then they go on a run on Christmas Eve, beat the Jets. But I feel like we got a preview of that Super Bowl against the undefeated New England Patriots.
Mhm.
We lost 38-35, but that was a true test of that Giants season. Then they go to Tampa, play Jeff Garcia and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Wasn't it
in the
after,
wild card
Wasn't
round.
it after they won the Super Bowl as well? Wasn't it that season beforehand?
It might have been.
I could be wrong.
I know they played Tampa, then they played Dallas on the road,
Mhm.
then they played Green Bay in the ice cold, and then they played the Patriots, and they held the Patriots to 14 points. And Tom Plax made that prediction. We're going to beat the Patriots 21-17, and Brady was like, "We're only going to score 17 points." So if you think about it, that was the best Super Bowl upset ever. I can make my arguments for that Steelers team that won the Super Bowl, but they didn't really have a hard test.
Really?
They didn't have a hard test.
So you're telling me Baltimore, that was the same level as them? That was 11. If I remember correctly, we were 12-4. They were 11-5. So you're telling me that it was no. Now I don't count the Bengals and the Browns because they were just out of the question. They're out because they sucked. Baltimore was always that great team, and you know what happened twice? We beat them twice.
Yeah, but the Steelers were already a top team going into the playoffs.
No, because the year before that, you know what happened? They barely got into the playoffs and they were Super Bowl champions, I believe, and went like 9-7. So they digressed that year after, and then for them to jump up back to 12-4, and then win the division, and then they had a first round bye, and they played the heavy-handed and very hot Chargers.
Yeah, that I recall.
Okay, hold on, I have everything right here.
Yeah, but when you look at that Giants road to the Super Bowl, every game on the road is a hard. It's a hard run. It's a hard, long fought
It's
run.
a hard run, but at the same time,
So if you have a home field game, it's not as difficult.
kind of is when you have to play the Chargers that are very hot.
Yeah,
Coming
but if
in.
you were already top dog,
So that's gonna be your argument because you guys were bottom of the wild card. Yeah, that's pretty much what you're saying, that you're bottom of the thing, and then Pittsburgh did the same thing with Ben as the second-year quarterback, and it did the same exact thing. So we're gonna throw them in there. They will win them hands down because they're the better team.
Yeah, but that following year, the Giants were they were 12-4. We were 12-4 after we won the Super Bowl,
Yeah,
and everyone was saying, "Oh, we're probably gonna go back there. We're probably gonna go back there." Then we got upset by Donovan McNabb and the Eagles, and that Arizona Cardinal team defeated that Eagles team. So I feel like if we got there, we would have won back-to-back Super Bowls against
you
the
would have
Pittsburgh
been
Steelers.
you would have been Pittsburgh.
I think so.
You really think?
I know we lost Strahan, but we still had OC. We still had top defenders.
So you think you would have been Arizona in Arizona?
No, we would have had home field.
But you think you would have stopped Larry Fitzgerald that went on that crazy, ridiculous playoff run?
Why not? We had that. We stopped the Patriots the previous year.
But you're a different team because either you gain pieces or you lose pieces. Arizona didn't really lose that many pieces, and then that year went to the Super Bowl and barely lost to Pittsburgh. And Larry Fitzgerald still had a run that was unremarkable. You really think the Giants would have beat them?
I think so. With the way we were going in,
If Philly beat you handily,
but we had all the momentum going into that playoffs, and we just we looked lost out there against the Eagles
yeah, because the Eagles took advantage of what they were doing because they knew how to play you better.
in home field.
Yeah, who had home field? The Giants, right?
Yeah, we were 12-4. We had home
Yeah, so then
field advantage.
So then you're comparing to the Pittsburgh that also had home field advantage, but also had to play
yeah,
the
but
San Diego.
I'm not talking about Pittsburgh. I'm talking about if it was a giant Pittsburgh Steelers Super Bowl, we would have had the better team. We would have had the better matchup. If we're doing this comparison of the 2007 Giants versus the 08, 09 Steelers, however you want to call it, we would have been the better team. We would have had Strahan for the 2007 Giants. Strahan going up against Ben Roethlisberger. Roethlisberger would have had a tough day.
I don't know because the way we were ranked number one most in every category. We were ranked number one in almost every category, at least top 10. And then if you would have had Strahan, I don't know if it'll make a difference because if that our defense was as good as yours.
I know James Harrison, 99-yard.
Yeah, but I don't know that happens now. So
yeah, we wouldn't know if that happens because they should have ran that ball in that play.
But
No,
even
that.
let's
They
go.
should have ran the ball.
Let's
in
go
that time.
player to player. James Harrison, Troy Polamalu, James Ferrier, Larry Foote, Brett Kiesel, Ike Taylor, Ryan Clark.
Michael Strahan, Oshie Minora, Antonio Pierce.
Is that it?
I think we had,
Yeah, don't look at it.
I think
No,
we had
no.
Kenny Phillips.
You might have Kenny Phillips, but no. Just saying, I think our defense was a lot better than yours. I think we had more talent and more raw
Name-wise,
power.
you could say, yeah, but we had guys that... Look what we did to that Tom Brady offense in that Super Bowl.
Yeah, but look what we did to minimize Larry. They didn't get the play till like almost at the last minutes of the play. They had to do something. We were dominated that whole first to third quarter. We were dominated. We left with a 17-7 lead,
Yeah.
and then we scored again. And yeah, they came back a little bit on us, but at the same time, we had the ball with the last couple minutes, and then Ben went down the field and made play after play after play. And you know the 2-minute drills. All the teams what they do, they play wide. Why? Because they don't want the big play to happen. But that's the problem. You got to start. The Giants would have done that, and that it kills teams like that.
Yeah. And the same thing happened with Eli towards the end. David Tyree catch. Think about that play. I'm trying to picture it in my head. If he got sacked, game over. Well, you could also talk about the ball that went through Asante Samuel's hands and almost had an interception.
Oh, you mean Santonio Holmes?
No, but in the Eli play.
Oh, Eli play.
threw the ball and it missed. Samuel missed it. But think about that lucky helmet catch that people like to talk about. That was all Eli. Yeah, Tyree caught it. But Eli got out of that pressure. Eli was clutching that moment. Everyone talks about Big Ben, but they forget San Antonio Holmes won MVP.
Who threw the ball to him?
Ben Roethlisberger.
Yeah, exactly. He put that right where he was going to be. Ben put that ball right in that corner over 3 defenders. 3 defenders. Tyreek only had 1 defender on him.
Yeah,
One
but
defender.
if our defense stopped that Tom Brady-led offense, I think that offense put up 500 points for that year. They broke records. Randy Moss, 50 receiving touchdowns. We haven't seen that since. No, Tom Brady had 50 throwing touchdowns.
I think he had 50.
And Randy Moss had, I think, 22, 23.
Yeah.
No one has broken that record. What makes you think our defense wouldn't have stopped San Antonio Holmes, Ben Roethlisberger?
Because I think if it was going to be on offense, our defense was going to play better. But we'll go to offensive. I think our offense was a lot better. Yes, you have Randy Moss.
What would the Steelers' offense have exposed about the Giants?
Who else did you have? Who else did you have with Randy Moss on the Patriots team?
I think they had Ben Watson.
He's iffy. Can you have a good games? Can you have bad games? Randy Moss was always in the clutch. He was always there when you needed him. Also, too, for the Patriots, I think they also played in a weaker division.
Oh, of course they've always had.
Yeah, always had. If that division was actually any better, they would probably slump a lot. But I digress. Anyway, I think because here's the funny part too. We actually played you on our Super Bowl. We actually played the Giants.
I think so. Yeah.
Yes,
Well,
and we
that season.
lost to you guys.
Must be nice.
We lost to you guys, but also that's when Ben got hurt.
All right, I'm gonna pull it up.
That's when I believe Ben got hurt. Because I think Brian Leftwich played that game. And that's why we lost. I actually have it right here.
All right, let's see.
I could bring it up all. No.
Because we had Eli, we had Jacobs, we had Plax, we had Toomer, Shockey, but he didn't play that game. Sean O'Hara, that's who we also had. Fred Robbins, Barry Cofield, Matthias Karinuka, Kawika Mitchell, Aaron Ross, Sam Madison.
So we actually lost to you guys by a touchdown. And, but still, look, I'm gonna tell you the schedule we had going into that Super Bowl run. Houston, Cleveland, Philly, Baltimore, Jacksonville, Cincinnati, Giants, Washington, Colts, San Diego, Cincinnati, New England, Dallas, Baltimore, Tennessee, and Cleveland. Tennessee was number one in that division. It was number one. Baltimore was always the top team. And we beat them twice. New England was also a great team. We beat them. So were the Colts. Well, we lost the Colts, but still. I think our defense would have handled the Giants with no problem. I think we would eliminate a lot more than New England did. I think New England was...
We had the 14th best offense when we won the Super Bowl. The year we lost to the Eagles, we had the third best offense.
Right, so that was at 2009.
Yeah, whatever year they...
Whatever, in that 9 when Pittsburgh won. But also, I think it came down to you offense might play great, but your defense could give up a lot more. Look against Philly. You guys gave away too much.
And we only scored 11.
Exactly. You guys gave up way too much against Philly. Philly exposed your weakness, was your defense.
Yeah, but that defense was not weak in 2007 when we won the Super Bowl.
Yeah, it wasn't weak. But it was kind of weak if you guys went 6-6 and you guys might have made changes on it. But that first half, you were probably not the worst team, but you were like going down a downhill slope.
We were 0-2, then we went 6-2, and then we went on another losing stretch.
Yeah. So that pretty much tells me that you guys did have problems.
No, they weren't the best team.
But you guys had problems going in there, and then somehow you guys fixed it.
Yeah, we weren't the best team, but we got hot at the right time.
Exactly.
And it started with that game where we almost defeated the 16-0 Patriots.
Yeah, but and then went to a high-scoring game, and then you guys went in a rematch against them, and you guys took it to them.
Yeah,
But
we
I think at the same time,
won 17-14.
the only thing you guys had to do was take care of Moss. That's
I'm
it.
going to pull up that box score and see who we stopped.
I think it was Randy Moss.
Yeah, he was the only one that put a touchdown.
Yeah, so what's that tell you? If you took Moss, who already had the pass to a lot, and then you guys putting pressure on him. You're telling me if Pittsburgh didn't put pressure like they did against Kurt Warner?
So this was the scoring. Lawrence Tynes field goal.
That was your kicker, the Giants
and we
kicker.
put up, and it was like a 9-minute drive.
Mm-hmm.
Then the Patriots, Lawrence Maroney touchdown, 1-yard rush.
Yeah, who?
Lawrence Maroney.
Yeah.
Then David Tyree, 5-yard pass from Eli. Then Randy Moore, 6-yard pass from Tom Brady.
Mm-hmm.
Then Plaxico, 13-yard pass from Eli.
Yeah.
Eli went for 19 for 34. Tom Brady, 29 for 48.
Yeah, so that pretty much tells me that Brady was getting hit almost every single time.
Yeah, we sacked Brady 5 times.
Exactly. And how many times did Eli get sacked?
3.
So
what makes it? Why do we think the Steelers' defense would have been better?
because that Steelers defense lead the league in friggin' sacks that season. They lead the league. So what's that tell you? They were going to get after Eli Manning. They were absolutely getting after him. They would have done the same thing you guys did to Brady.
Against Eli?
Yes, they were going to do the same exact thing.
I don't know.
And then their offense would have took care of business on that other end.
So you really think if we met up, you would have beat us in the Super Bowl?
Yes, I really think we were the best team on that side. We were the best team. We went 12.
Yeah, but the Giants were the hottest team going into the playoffs.
But they got cold. Pittsburgh never got cold. They never let off the gas. You guys did. For some strange reason, you guys did. Pittsburgh never let off the gas. And they had a hard time. Philly might have been good, but when you got to go get the Chargers that were just leading the team, outscoring them and everything, and we beat them twice in the regular season. We only let them have freaking 10 points. 10 points our defense allowed them. And they're the best offensive team in that league. And then you have to go against the Baltimore Ravens. Come on, we all know what that story is. It's always going to be like 23-20 game or 17-14 game. For us to go in there and beat them like we did. And the way it happened with the interception.
I remember that.
At the end. And took the game
I think
away.
The Flacco and the Ravens were going to score, and then they got the.
No, it was midfield. They're in their.
Or they just got the ball back trying to score. They
They're
were about.
They're on their side. He intercepted like at the 40-yard line.
Yeah,
on Baltimore's
remember
side, and then Palomalo running in. You're not gonna sit here and tell me that defense will not took care of it, especially like you said with James Harrison, 99-yard run. Our defense.
Yeah, but that was a bad call on Kurt. Bad call on Kurt Warner.
Yeah, but it was a good play on James Harrison. He saw what was gonna happen. He looked Warner in the eye, and Warner threw that ball, and he immediately ran it all the way for a 100-yard touchdown.
Yeah.
So that tells me that our defense was ready for that game. We scored offensively and defensively. Our team did. I don't think your team would have done it. I think Ben would have took care of the ball like he usually did. He would have took care of the ball, and especially it was Mike Tomlin's first year.
Mm-hmm.
Mike Tomlin was on a mission to try to
Yeah,
win.
because they won the first Super Bowl with Cower.
Yeah,
Not their first, but
and then especially to go his second year,
Mhm.
Tomlin's second year, and go win. He's the youngest. I think he was the youngest. I think Sean McVay took that over. I think.
Yeah, Tomlin was because
Tomlin was the youngest, but I think Sean McVay took that over.
Let me look this up.
But no, I just think that Ben would have took care of the ball, and then Santonio Holmes. Come on, do you really think you were talking about Santonio Holmes?
Yeah, Plaxico.
With Plaxico,
We had Plaxico.
we had Santonio Holmes. We had Hines Ward.
So Tomlin got hired at 35,
And what about Sean McVay? Because he wanted 36 then.
and he won at 36.
Yeah, and then like Sean McVay, they wanted at
And then
35.
Sean McVay.
I think it was. I believe he was 35 or 34. He's
All right, Sean McVay. He got hired at 31.
and he probably won it at like 34.
He won it at 35.
So he was the youngest. Yeah, he's the youngest to win it because he was 36 when he won it.
And he has 80 wins and 52 losses, McVay.
But still, if you think of the team offensively, when you had Ben Roethlisberger, Willie Parker, Rashawn Mendenhall, then you had Hines Ward, Santonio Holmes, Heath Miller. That team already is great.
Yeah, but they were also the 20th ranked offense. So I don't think the offense would have made a difference against that Giants defense.
It would have because they would have. But why their offense was so successful against the
Because the Patriots
Arizona.
had the number one offense, and the Giants defense stopped them.
Yeah, but I think that even Pittsburgh would have stopped them too because our defense was as good. We played any team tough back then. Our defense was probably ranked the best.
Yeah,
Was
you
ranked
can
the
make
best.
that argument.
Was ranked the best. Especially like there's rules changed because of Ryan Clark. He made rules change. He was like another Mel Blunt. Rules changed because of him. He would hit you hard and hit you fast. You were not going anywhere. Here's his all game. Even that play in that one against it was him and I forgot the receiver, whatever it was, and he came coming across and laid him out. I think our defense would have done the same thing against Plaxico. I think they would have doubled him or Palomalo was sneaking around. And then what are you gonna do when Palomalo comes to the line and he's ready for you when you're trying to run it?
Yeah, I'm not disagreeing that the Steelers had a good
Our
defense.
defense would have handled a little bit of Eli in that running game. I think, especially with Brett Kiesel in that middle,
So what you're saying is that
with Larry Foote.
if the Giants did not play the Patriots in any of the Super Bowls, and they played the Steelers, Eli Manning would have no Super Bowls, is what you're saying. Despite that great defense with Strahan and Oshie, or even with Pierre Paul.
Well, if you're considering the 11-1, I don't think our team was on that party.
All right, forget the 11. Do you think the Giants,
And the 07 one,
do you think that Patriots team, or
It was-
what was I saying?
it was Pittsburgh instead of the Patriots.
Yeah, you think they would? Realistically, if the Steelers were playing in that Super Bowl against the Giants, Eli Manning would not have a Super
Well,
Bowl.
don't forget too, who did the Patriots play to go in the?
I know they played the Chargers in the AFC Championship.
Was it the Chargers? You sure about that?
Yeah,
Okay, then you sure? Cause I think
yeah, it was the Chargers.
No, because we won the one in 07, 08. I know it was Pittsburgh. Double check me, but I know it was Pittsburgh they played.
Oh, no, they 51. They played Pittsburgh.
51.
Yeah, when they went to play the Falcons in the Super Bowl.
No, then you're going way too far forward.
All right, Patriots went 16-0.
And who's it?
Number one offense, 589 points.
Who's their
Their road to the Super Bowl. Jacksonville Jaguars, San Diego Chargers, New York Giants.
Oh, so they played. Wow, they played they had an easy road going in there. Holy shit.
And I think the Steelers beat the Steelers lost to the Jaguars.
Yeah, I do remember that because that's when they were actually a good team. Maurice Jones-Drew, they were a good team back then.
Yes.
But it was also like Ben's
31-29. The Steelers were 10-6 that year.
Yeah, so that I don't think was it Ben playing that year or was it somebody else?
Ben Roethlisberger, he went 29 for 42, 2 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, and he was sacked 6 times. So why would that Steelers team, if they got into the Super Bowl, and we're not talking about the year they won now, why would they beat the Giants when that Giants had a great defense?
I was talking about that team specifically. Maybe we would have lost that one, honestly. But at the same time, who knows? Because maybe there's like health issues, people are hurt. Who knows what was going on then? But we're not talking about that team now.
No, we're not, but I'm
We're
just
talking
saying.
about the 09 team.
The 09 team.
Sorry, the 08, 09. The following year. That following year. When they went 12-4, they improved. They have improved. That's when you had Willie Parker that was playing fantastically. Mendenhall.
Yeah.
That offense was just phenomenal. And we took that team and put it against the Giants in that 06, 07. We could be talking about something else. Maybe Pittsburgh reaches their back-to-back win.
Maybe, but this is what I'm trying to get to. The Giants they played hot at the right time. They were on the road. That Steelers team, they were going to slow down.
I don't think so because they didn't.
They looked questionable against that Cardinals team at times.
The
Cardinals-
So did the Cardinals.
Cardinals could have won that Super Bowl.
But they could have. The Cardinals started off slow.
Yeah, and they made a few turnovers and bad passes.
Yeah, but at the same time, Steelers, they had time left on the clock, and it took their time getting down the field. And they only needed the field goal to tie the game.
But I feel like they got consistent. The Giants were consistent in that game. Think about it. When you start that Super Bowl with a 9-minute drive and takes that time off the clock, that might have been the lowest scoring game at that time. And I
Yeah.
thought the Giants played consistent through all facets of the game.
Maybe they did, but I mean, so did Pittsburgh.
Not in that Super Bowl against Arizona.
Well, I think we kind of did. If you think about it, like, we didn't really turn the ball over that much. I don't think we did.
I don't remember.
I don't think we turned off the ball at all. I think we just let one big play in the fourth quarter go. That was Larry Fitzgerald.
Mm-hmm.
But then
He was wide open and he ran right through.
well, no, it was a slant, so like he was in the middle and he just ran past everyone.
Yeah.
So,
I
but then
remember
after that, what did we do? We respond.
Mm-hmm.
We went down the field. We took over. We had time left, and then Ben, second and goal at the 10, throws the ball right to Center Holmes, where the only person who can get it is him, over 3 defenders. I don't think if you put Tyreek Tree, whatever his name, what was his name again? I always forget.
David Tyree.
David Tyree. If you put him in that spot, I don't think he gets that ball. I think it's intercepted. There's the only place where Ben knows that Tony Holmes could get it. That's the only way he knows. And then to tiptoe like that, do you think David Tyree would have did that?
No, but Blacks could have.
Yeah, but they would have double Pasco when you know it.
Yeah, they would have
They would have doubled him. Tony Holmes was tripled in the corner of the end zone.
Yeah, I'm not taking anything away from it. That was a great catch, great play. But
Yeah.
defensive side, consistency side, I think the Giants would have won that.
But I think our defense would have took it to Eli. It would definitely would. You're gonna sit here and tell me they would not have.
I don't know. We don't have the matchup to see, but based on the way they played, I don't see it.
I think our defense would have took it to you guys just because our front would have pressured you a lot. Eli would have had no time. Eli was what? A pocket passer.
Yeah.
He rarely got out of that pocket, rarely saw it.
Mm-hmm.
Ben was what? He was a mixture of both. He could get outside. Where he was most dangerous is when that man got outside the pocket and he direct traffic and pump faked the hell out of you and made different plays.
Yeah.
So at that point, Ben was a better player.
And think about it from the experience from coaching. You're going to take a 2-year coach in Mike Tomlin, or are you going to take a veteran in Tom Coughlin? I think that would also play a factor.
Yeah, but that's the thing. I think Tomlin got that team up and ready. There was nothing you're going to take away with Tomlin. Tomlin, his second year, was just on it. That's why he's still a successful coach to this day. Think about it. After you guys won that Super Bowl, what happened to Coughlin? They had to keep.
He retired.
Had a loop,
or he left and he went to
also-
Jacksonville as an advisor.
But as the Giants, they had a losing season.
Yeah, we kept losing.
What did Tomlin do? He kept winning games. He went to another Super Bowl.
And lost.
They lost, but still went to another Super Bowl. Giants had another Super Bowl in a long time.
No, we haven't.
And the last time they went to the playoffs, they beat Daniel Jones, and they beat
Minnesota.
But Minnesota ain't a great playoff team. Now they might be,
We never know.
but then no. You got the guys were inconsistent at that point, and you guys are in a downward spiral. It could be due to the general manager. It could be due to your head coaches. It could be due to whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows? Maybe this year, like you guys could be different. But I think you guys should do what Jets are doing: blow it all up. You got rid of your general manager. You got rid of your head coach. Their head coach. They're gonna rebuild. Who knows what they do?
Mm-hmm.
Either the Jets go draft down or draft up, to get somebody. But no, let's get back to the debate here. That 08 to 09 Steelers was probably the best team to even come out of the AFC. They were 12-4.
Yeah, they were best team all year long.
They're the best team overall. And then you get the Giants
But the Giants weren't the best team all year long.
they played hot, but then
Giants got hot at the right time.
But I don't think because there's a difference. We're 12-14.
The Packers were supposed to be there. The Packers were probably the best team of that year. They went 13-3.
I believe so. I don't remember.
So
But
what does that say?
No, you guys play, like you say, you play at the right
It's all
time.
about the right time.
But also, I think too. But I think we would have beat Green Bay. I honestly think we would have beat Green Bay. I think we would have. I think our team was just a lot better offensively and defensively. Favre would have had a bad day against them. Favre would have been pressured too much. Our defense was ranked number 1 for a reason. They were the best defense in that league in 09. To top to bottom, from the front interior to the middle to the back.
We'll see.
They were the best defensive squad you could ever ask for.
I think so. I agree with it. The Steelers had great defense with Rooney. But at the same time, the Giants they got hot at the right time.
Yeah, but especially when you just said it too, the coaching staff. You know who our offensive coordinator was? He was the head coach of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers before Todd Bowles.
Bruce Arians?
Bruce Arians was the offensive coordinator of that team. So that tells you he has a great offensive mind.
Yeah, but we had Steve Spagnuolo,
Defensive coordinator. Yeah, and then who do we have as our defensive coordinator? Oh yeah, Dick LeBeau.
Yeah, Dick LeBeau.
The greatest coordinator you could ever ask for, defensive coordinator.
And they also had Rooney.
Yeah, but Art Rooney's the owner. Art Rooney's more of the guy behind.
I thought he was. I thought he was a DC for.
No, Dick LeBeau was the DC.
I just feel like he got hot at the right time, and that's what wins the Super Bowls.
Well, yes and no. Yes, you could be the hot team at the right time.
The best team never wins it.
But no, you can't say that because Patriots were always the best team. They won it multiple times. We saw the Colts being the best team. They won it once or twice. Be the best team at the time.
Yeah.
They went to the Super Bowl twice within a 3-year, 4 or 5 year span. But they won against even the team they beat. The Bears were the best team. And Peyton Manning took care of it.
Yeah.
But what did the Saints do? And what did the Saints do to the Colts when the Colts were the best team? The Saints took care of business.
Oh, they did.
But they were also, on the other hand, the best team. They were either one.
No,
or
I
two.
get that, but
It matters. That's why the season does matter.
Giants were never the best team.
They could have been, but I think injuries and health and whatever happened.
When the Giants won those Super Bowls, they got hot at the right time.
Well, no, here's the thing. They actually, in that the second time they played the Patriots, they actually hosted the Falcons.
Yeah.
They won their division.
Yeah, they won the division and they had a home game.
Yeah.
And then they went on the road to Green Bay, who were 15-1 at the time, and they played San Francisco.
But still, they still won. They were still home for a divisional game, for a wild card game. They were home.
Yeah, I'm not taking anything away from it.
So I think you have to if you want to take them out and put the other team in that was on the road, the Warriors. But also, you the same thing with the Pittsburgh back in 05, 06.
Against Seattle.
They also were on the road.
Oh yeah.
They played against. Who was there? No, I'm trying to think. Off the top of my head. I know they played they didn't win the division. They played somebody really they won their division. I forgot who. And then they played the Colts with Peyton Manning as their quarterback. Beat them.
Yeah, I remember that game.
And Indy, and they beat the Broncos. Well, John Elway, I believe, was playing. If I'm correct. I don't know who the first team was. It could have been Baltimore. I don't know. Or maybe Tennessee. I don't remember.
All right.
If you have it.
All right, the 2005 Pittsburgh Steelers, they went 11-5. They had the 9th best offense.
But was that the year they were on the road?
Yeah.
They had a wild card spot.
Cincinnati Bengals was the first game.
There you go, Cincinnati, and they were the best team, weren't they? Besides the Colts, they were probably the best team in that division.
11-5.
So they
fourth best offense.
Fourth best offense. So what did that tell you?
Then they played the Indianapolis Colts
and beat them, and then we played the Broncos.
Then they played the Broncos.
Was that with John Elway or no?
And then they played Seattle.
Yeah, at Seattle, mind you, Seattle. Who do they have on their team? It was Mr. MVP that year. Sean Alexander.
Yeah.
Was Mr. MVP.
And then Denver's quarterback was Jake Plummer.
Oh, I do remember Jake Plummer. He wasn't that bad.
He was all right.
He was. Come on, to have have them to be like the go win a playoff game, to be AFC Championship against the Pittsburgh. They thought they're gonna win that game, go to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
But come on.
But I just think when we look at from my point of view, Giants got hot at the right time.
Yeah.
So if you agree with everything I'm saying, leave a comment and say the Giants. If you agree with if you agree with anything Drust is saying, leave a comment. I think the Giants would win this matchup.
I don't know. I just think Steelers were just so much better defensively.
They were the best team that year, but the Giants got hot at the right time.
Yeah, but they get it. But then the following year when then the following year when they had the same team, they were the best team.
Then they go one and done.
Exactly. So you got hot at the right time, but then when you're the best team, you kind of fumbled the ball.
Yeah.
So that tells me there was things like, yeah, you beat the Patriots at the right time because you're hot, but at the same time, I think the Patriots got too cocky. They had everything to lose. They were going for something that only one team has done, to go undefeated the entire time. Because Miami did it in 75, 79,
72,
maybe whatever.
Sometime in the 70s.
So yeah, we'll just say 70s. They went undefeated. The Patriots were trying to do the same exact. They had too much on their plate, too much to handle. Giants had nothing to lose. What's that? That tells me Giants are gonna win that game because they have not. They're back against the wall. But you put a team in there, you put the 09 Pittsburgh in there that are over 12-4 and have nothing to lose. Same thing. But it comes out, who has the better roster? And who's going to coach a better game? Who's going to keep calm? After Larry Fitzgerald scored that touchdown, Tom was like, calm down. We'll just go down their throats.
And they did.
So I think the coaching, if we're going to go off of better quarterback. Okay, let's go quarterback.
Eli.
You sure?
Eli.
I'm going to bet. All right, we'll running back.
We have Brandon Jacobs.
We had Willie Parker. Draw. We'll draw there.
Okay.
Receiver.
Plaxico, Amani.
Santonio Holmes, Hines Ward. You're going with Pittsburgh. Tight ends.
We had Shockey, but he was hurt.
And we had Miller. We'll go with Miller. So tight end us. Defensively.
Strahan. Aaron Ross. Umanora. Kenny Phillips. Who else did I mention? Kionuka. Mitchell.
Okay. Pittsburgh. Larry Foote. Brett Kiesel. James Harrison. Troy Polamalu. Ryan Clark. Ike Taylor. I know I'm missing somebody. Casey Hampton. I'm missing one more. I know I am. Whatever. That could be a draw, or I will give more towards the Pittsburgh because they had more. They were just better defensively. I feel like you had somebody on you had Webb too.
Yeah, Corey
Webster. But I think he was the problem I think on your team. I think he played too much zone. So and then that's when the receivers got open a lot of time because he just played too much zone. He wasn't man to man. With Ryan Clark, Ike Taylor, all the corner. Oh, and McFadden. They were with you 24/7. You weren't going nowhere without them being chasing you around. I think it was also too the coaching was just different.
Tough debate. It's a tough debate.
It's tough, but at the same time, it's if people pull up stats, pull up everything, it could be different. But from our point of view, especially, the Giants had a greatest play.
And they got hot at the right time.
Yeah, the Giants had the greatest play in Super Bowl history. Pittsburgh had two greatest plays in the Super Bowl history. The 99-yard interception and the end zone catch and the game. Because you knew that defense, it was 40 seconds left. They had to score a touchdown to beat us.
Mm-hmm.
They were not going down the field to beat us. And I knew it.
Yeah.
So.
All right, so as we could tell, I win.
What do you mean you win?
All right, vote in the comments who you think's going to win.
Yeah, if you're watching this Monday, just vote whoever you are, and then we could do it because we're gonna have more of this.
Yeah, we'll have more debates. Whatever you want.
Because we might go more towards football for now, and then maybe go towards
baseball, hockey.
Baseball, hockey. Well, then hockey, we definitely got to look into that because there's a lot of teams out there.
Yeah, hockey's great.
Because then, and then basketball.
Yeah, Cleveland, baby, best team in Blue League.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because they beat OKC a couple days ago.
So join us next Thursday or this Thursday. I think it's the 15th or the 16th. 16th. It's the 16th.
Yeah, it's the week from
today.
today.
So join us this Thursday. We're going to recap the wild card games, preview the divisional matchups, and then we'll look over our bracket standings.
See who's doing well.
Yeah, see who's doing well.
See who kind of fumbled a little bit. But, I mean, most of our brackets, if we looked on Thursday, are pretty much almost the same.
Yeah, it's kind of the same. We just have different Super Bowl winners.
Mine and yours are the same at the bottom.
Yeah, we got the same Final Four.
Yeah.
Jonathan and David are a little bit different.
Yeah.
And then we'll look at the standings because it's like 1 point per winner, and then the Super Bowl it's 5 points, and whoever gets that right, they get a free beer from someone.
Well, it should be the loser then at that point.
Oh, so it looks like I'm buying the winner a beer, but I'm thinking.
Why? You think you're gonna lose?
I think I'm gonna win. No, but you said it looks like you're the loser.
No. It could be the loser. I said it could be the loser.
Yeah, the loser whoever has the least points has to buy someone the beer.
Yeah, like whoever. Yeah, that's fine. It could be one of us.
Yeah,
no matter.
it'll be fun. It's not gonna be Jimmy and I because we got the good bracket.
I don't know.
We both got the
Listen,
Chargers there, so
yeah. But that could be good or it could screw us.
it can.
Or who knows?
It could screw us quickly.
Or maybe here's well, then it will all change just because if Pittsburgh wins that game, then it's like we're all screwed. We all lose a point.
Yeah,
on that
we're all
one.
screwed. My bracket's over.
Yeah, because then we gotta change it again. Because then at the same time, then the Chargers do, and then now they have to go to freaking Buffalo.
Yeah.
Then that's gonna change immediately because I'm gonna take Buffalo,
Mm-hmm.
and it'll be Buffalo and either Kansas City or Pittsburgh.
Yeah. And then also on Thursday.
He's got his boy back, Randolph Cobb.
Matt from Jupiter on the line. Matt.
But, other teams beat them. They're going to lose. And
50, but it was 22-75.
Yeah, my Hey, good night, folks.
Good night, Peter.
Context. I don't know why we do it with
I
politics,
think they
but
could be a team on the rise within the next 2 to 3 years.
No, I didn't
Having
like.
a bad dream.
This is reality.
This is reality.
George Springer.
We saw this. We went to a party and we saw this at